My people that how on a day today, I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending from where you listen to the sound of my voice. This is the Biafra Superstars Media. My people, I call this one Chaos in Arise TV. I tag this one Chaos in Arise TV. Let us hear them discuss what happened in Benin Republic, where suddenly your Nigerian government now have the leeway, they now have the power, the capacity to go and drop bombs in Benin Republic. But when you see your terrorists in Nigeria riding their dirty bikes, their keke and the rest of them, carrying 300 young students, they say no, they cannot do anything. They want to discuss with them and politics with them. They want to do partnership with them and go into a peace deal with them. But when it comes to your neighbor, Benin Republic, suddenly Nigeria is acting the way a nation should act. As the saying goes, charity begins at home. But let us say the perspective of the Arise TV crew. My guy Rufai is back. So make we hear and discuss intellectually with Rufai Ojy and the rest of them. If you are ready, let's go there. Listen.
Your fans have missed you.
I miss them so
I hope
much.
you had a good time, really. Well, all right. Well, good morning to you, viewers. Let's begin what's trending in the Republic of Benin, discussing reactions to the attempted military coup, which was thwarted by the government after soldiers appeared on national television early Sunday morning, claiming to have seized power. A group of at least 8 soldiers, led by Lieutenant Colonel Pascal Tigri, stormed the country's state television, announcing the removal of President Patrice Talon and the dissolution of all state institutions. The soldiers, identifying themselves as Military Committee for Refoundation, declared the suspension of the Constitution and all political party activities until further notice. They also claim to have closed the country's borders, resulting in unrest in parts of the country, with a group of demonstrators chanting "Down with Talon" and expressing support for the mutinous soldiers.
Hold here, what you are seeing here now are the people of Benin Republic. The Beninois, they are happy, they are excited, they are in a jubilatory form, they are jubilating, they are happy that their president, the criminal who has been in power for so many years, has been ousted out of office. Mind you, the people of Benin Republic, they are rejoicing. But something happened that Nigeria wants to shy away from. But let us go there. Listen.
Well, barely.
Hold on, my sister Ojy Okpe. What you saw there were bomb blasts and firepowers, gun battles and all that stuff. Suddenly, France ordered Nigeria, like a servant, like a schoolboy, to go and drop bombs in Benin Republic against the military of Benin for carrying out a coup. France were attacking them, and they did a cover-up to look like Nigeria was doing the attack as well. I repeat, from what we are hearing now, the French army attacked Benin Republic. And to cover up, your zoo country called Nigeria also pretended and did their own stuff. But the main havoc was committed by the French government. Their military was on ground. I repeat, the French government and their military, they carried out airstrikes in Benin Republic. This is first-hand, on-the-ground information that we are getting. And to cover it up, Nigerian government was also asked just to go around and fly around and act like they are the ones that did it. But those precise attacks and all those things, was done by the French. Suddenly, Nigeria is now working with France. And guess what? Your president, Tinubu, Emilokon Egbekiniwa, he is always going to where? To France. The other time, we saw his real passport from Guinea. And guess what? Guinea was colonized by France. I hope now you're following me when I said the chaos in Arise TV, because they are coming with a different perspective, speaking from the perspective of a Nigerian journalist, and they have left the nitty-gritty, what we are hearing happening on the ground as we speak. France is now attacking countries in Africa. It's like there's a coup happening in Nigeria and Britain is dropping bombs in Nigeria. That's what happened. But your Nigerian government want to take all the, the glory, to look as if it was them that really did everything. No, they were just a cover up for France to carry out those attack. I know they'll be surprised, they'll be shocked. Who is this boy? How does he know this thing? Who is giving him this classified informations? How does he know? This is what went down. Just leave them. Let's continue.
12 hours after gunfire first rang out in several neighborhoods in Cotonou on Sunday, Benin President Patrice Talon announced that the coup had been thwarted, stating that the country's armed forces and National Guard remained loyal to the Republic, asserting that they stood firm, recaptured their positions, and cleared all resistance held by the mutineers.
That's a lie from the pit of hell. That was propaganda that they were spreading from Cotonou. It was the French army. They were on ground. The French army did what as in the attacks were carried out on ground by the French army. So leave those things they are talking about. When the truth is revealed, I hope your media houses in Nigeria will have the temerity to condemn your president for carrying out a charade in Benin Republic. There is chaos in Arise TV, because this is you are presenting, it is obita, out of point, not exactly what happened on ground. Today I'm calling out Nigeria. I'm calling you out to hold your president to account. The truth must be revealed soon and very soon. But let's continue.
18 people have been arrested in connection with the coup attempt. Well, this attempted coup adds Benin to a growing list of West African nations facing military takeovers. The timing of the coup is significant. Benin is preparing for a presidential election in April that would mark the end of President Talon's tenure after 9 years in power since 2016. And I'll take a post on X from Delta Wire. He wrote, "This trend will keep reoccurring amongst African states unless there is a massive international revolution that compels our leaders to start governing with fairness and equity until they start utilizing resources of the state for the welfare of the people. Africans will keep rising every day in whatever form, shape, or nomenclature until the people start seeing the dividends of democracy. They'll keep being rebellious. African leaders are the problem, and they evolve from amongst us. We're all culpable on this." Well, amid reactions to the failed coup attempt, the coup leader, Pascal Thierry, reappeared in a video which went viral on Sunday, stating that they undertook the mission to free Benin from the dictatorship of President Talon before going on to caution France to stay out of their internal affairs.
Are you hearing what you are hearing now? You see, when we talk, you guys don't know what's happening. When we talk, you guys don't know what's going on, because sometimes you think we just talk for the sake of talking. You guys think we just talk for the sake of talking. France was on ground. Their men was on ground. The French army was on ground doing what they did. And Nigeria came to give a cover up for France. If this is not alarming to you guys, then nothing else will change the perspective of you Nigerians. You are deaf, you are dumb, and you are blind. You are very shallow thinkers. You believe everything your government tells you. You believe everything you see in the media. You forget that the acronym for television means tell lies to your vision. Television means tell lies to your vision. Tell lies to your vision. It's not everything that you see that is true. I tag this one chaos in Arise TV because in the next 7 days, I hope the real truth will come out and you will see exactly what happened in Benin Republic. This man came out. He is warning France. He was calling out France. The man who called out for the coup, at the end, he is calling out France for interfering in the affairs of Benin Republic. God, I don't blame you guys. I don't blame you guys. You still reason like children. You believe everything they tell you. Just take it back. Just continue, I beg. Just continue.
Attend. The coup leader, Pascal Thierry, reappeared in a video which went viral on Sunday, stating that they undertook the mission to free Benin from the dictatorship of President Talon before going on to caution France to stay out of their internal affairs, while ECOWAS released a statement on X condemning the coup, describing it as an unconstitutional move, while Nigeria's Ministry of Foreign Affairs stated that they stand in firm solidarity with the government.
Hold it there. Just to give you a bit of updates. In the video, the man only condemned France. He didn't speak about Nigeria. Not only that, if you go to the tweet page of ECOWAS, they mentioned there now in their tweet, they are saying they did not give Nigeria any go-ahead to drop bombs or whatever. That the normal protocol is that everybody will go to Benin. Countries who want to help or whatever, their military will have a presence in Benin. Not to strike or do anything. So ECOWAS has done the right thing by coming out in the public to wash their hands off, say they didn't call for such. It means, technically speaking, your Nigeria acted unilaterally by themselves. Tinubu acted by himself. Like I told you, he's a stooge. Not stoogey, as that guy was calling it, stooge. He is a stooge to France. Not to Kenny, as this man, what's his name? Motosho. He was saying, Kenny, stooge. He's a stooge to France. The French carried out those attacks. But to cover it up, your Nigerian president or government lied to the people. They spoke about a precise attack. How can your zoo government have the intelligence of where those co-plotters were, we're hanging? No, they don't have that capacity to do that. It was the French that carried out those attacks. It was the French that compromised the effectivity of those coup plotters, or the effectiveness, on the better English, of those coup plotters. Let us continue, because I call this one a chaos. In the next 7 days, by God's grace, when the real news comes out, I will now come back and address this video. But for now, I'm just touching, showing you points. Let's continue.
Government and the people of the Republic of Benin. Subsequently, at the request of President Talon, Nigeria sent
Source the next bestseller.
Benin. Subsequently, at the request of President Talon, Nigeria sent Air Force fighter jets and ground troops to take over Benin's airspace and help dislodge the coup plotters, eliciting more reactions.
Lies.
There was a statement that was sent out by Bayo Ononuga. If we can take that statement, he wrote, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has commended the gallantry of Nigeria's military on Sunday for responding swiftly to the requests by the government of Benin Republic to save its 35-year-old democracy from coup plotters. Well, he went on to state that the Nigerian government acted on two separate requests from the government of Benin, first by ordering fighter jets to enter the country and take over the airspace to help dislodge the coup plotters. And secondly, the authorities in Benin requested the deployment of Nigerian Air Force assets within Beninois airspace for surveillance and rapid intervention operations under Benin-led coordination with Nigeria's Chief of Defense Staff, General Olufemi Oluyode, confirming that all the requests had been fulfilled. And, I wanted to take that response from an ex-user.
Lies from the pit of hell. If that's possible, when they say coup, why didn't this other country, is it Guinea-Bissau, why didn't they make a call to tell the next country to come and throw bombs in their airspace? Your Nigerian government did something very, very wrong. Tinubu did something very, very wrong. He's covering for France. He is covering for what France did in Benin Republic. France could not let Benin to go. They were not ready to let go Benin Republic. The coup was a success until France stepped in. I repeat, the coup that happened was a success until France stepped in. Very soon, they need to come out now. It go be like play. You guys will carry in ear. Una go hear what happened. Soon and very soon. It's coming. It's coming. Let's continue.
I'll take that response after I hear from you. I'd love your comments about what has been going on so far. The fact that, the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu had, responded to this coup attempt swiftly. And the word swiftly had to be highlighted, really. Go ahead with your thoughts.
Swiftly. But when it comes to the Boko Haram, they have no answer. Those, when they use bike, people on bike, people on two wheels, you guys have no answer for it. And now when it comes to a foreign country, they said he acted swiftly. Make una they deceiving herself. But this one, no, it don't get killed because ECOWAS may come out and make more statements on what really happened in Benin Republic. And guess what? If another military coup takes place in Benin Republic, the military there might go to war with Nigeria or cut all ties with Nigeria because you guys gave France the cover to carry out an atrocity in an African soil. By you pretending that what you did was swiftly. You went in there swiftly and you took out all the different, camps of the coup plotters as they were fleeing away. Make that they hear that talk. Oh. Let's continue.
Couple of things this morning. Number one is that Benin Republic is about the same age as Nigeria in terms of independence, gaining independence. Benin Republic gained independence on the 1st of August 1960. However, as you can tell, they haven't been able to fully enjoy the dividends of the democratic system of government they've adopted, since gaining independence. And
statement, very good statement. I also love to hear from my guy, Rufai Ojy Okpe. Let me just give them 2 minutes. Let us hear from Rufai Ojy Okpe as well.
Swiftly arrest the bandits in the forest. We can swiftly get all these kidnappers. Nigeria has the power to do this.
Let us do it. Let me take the tweet about the idea of how Nigeria can swiftly respond.
Swiftly,
this is Chris
swiftly,
on X.
Chaos.
Highlight the word swiftly.
Swiftly, underline it.
So Nigeria has the capacity to swiftly defend democracy in another country, yet our democracy is in shambles. A democratically elected governor, Sim Fubara, was illegally removed. Terrorists are decimating our people and stealing their lands. And a brigadier general was killed by terrorists, etc. Well, at this point, I hope that the President of the United States can order the U.S. military to carry out military operations in Nigeria to flush out the terrorists swiftly. And, that was a harsh response. No, I mean, I would call it, it would appear harsh on television, but that's really the mindset of a lot of Nigerians who believe that these are the things that are going on in Nigeria. I'm hoping that Nigeria can actually also swiftly respond. Online, we also saw reports that...
Swiftly. I love the satire there, the caricature of Nigeria. Because I believe deep inside, they know what happened. They know what transpired in Benin Republic. So, but unfortunately, I know your media, their hands are tied. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes when I'm angry with them, I still know if they come out and say exactly what is going on, that same night, they will lose their, their license. Your NBC will come and sanction them and all those things. I understand that. Their hands are tied. To an extent, their hands are tied. But let's continue.
Actually also swiftly respond. Online, we also saw reports that the invasion had occurred. We saw some videos that were posted online as well. That's one of the videos we saw from Cotonou with an actual, time code from that country. And I'll take a post from investigative journalist David Hudeyi, who wrote, I think Nigeria is officially over tonight. Bombing your neighbor because a white guy in Paris told you to. Carrying out airstrikes against a fellow African country because Emmanuel Macron wanted you to. Only Appetite South Africa ever did something like this.
Like that. Hold on, David Hudeyi, you are right, but not 100% right. You are right, but you're not 100% right. But the intel we are having now, those swiftly and precise targets were carried out by France. But they need to come with a decoy, to say, oh, no, it is Nigeria that did it. So it sounds more, palatable to the ear. But you saw the coup plotter when he spoke, he addressed France. He addressed France because the intel we are getting now is that France messed up by coming into Africa to do what they did. But they were being clever by saying Nigeria should now take the blame, should be the fall guy. And if you noticed, normal, the procedure is for you to go to what? Your Senate. The same way Tinubu wanted to go and bomb Niger Republic, but he was a bit scared and skeptical because of the North. He respects the Fulani so much, he's scared of them that he went through the normal procedure to go to what? To the Senate. France wanted to use him then, but he was a bit scared. So he followed normal procedure. But this time now, it's in the West or South. When it's in the North, they are scared, they are careful. But when it comes to the South, everything goes. So he came there as a decoy, but those that carried it out are France themselves. So my brother David Hudeyi, in this one, I am letting you know, you are right, but not 100% right. Because unless you are trying to play to the gallery for us to assume it was Nigeria that, cleaned up the whole scene or cleaned house, as they will say. Because sometimes I'm watching you with one eye. I like you, I respect the job you are doing, but I watch you with one eye. For you to come out and say it was Tinubu that did it. With the info we have now, France was on the ground doing what they did in Benin Republic. Yes, your boy was there, Tinubu was there, don't get me wrong. But those precise attacks were carried out by France. Let's continue.
Fine, let me come to you. A lot of people had been saying that the French president had intervened with that phone call that he made, telling the president that he was going to help with, security in Nigeria as well.
Okay, see, I might not support many things the government of Grant does, but we can't pour Nigeria's parade. It's not today that Nigeria has been investing heavily in securing our fellow West African brothers. We did that in Liberia. Over the years, between Liberia and Sierra Leone, we spent about $15 billion of our own money. So it's not today we've been doing that. The problems we had with it was that the president was supposed to notify the Senate about it.
Okay.
Secondly, the question we should now ask is, there's also a correlation with the case of Niger. That, okay, in the case of Niger, we didn't go in there because there were protests and everything, because of cultural ties and all of that. But the most important question we should ask is, what is leading to all this coup? African leaders themselves. Talon is not his say. See the protests. People were saying, Abba, Talon. Down with Talon. So a lot of people were not really in support of this man that had victimized a lot of people in this country. He has put in his finance minister as a likely successor now. Just on Saturday, the National Assembly in Benin Republic passed a law saying they were going to extend presidential term and things like that. So the leaders themselves have not crowned themselves in glory. And that's what we should keep talking about. If we keep having these Yahoo-minded leaders on the African continent, and once they get into power, they think life is all about them. And it's not only Talon. We could go back to the days of Matthew Kerekou. Kerekou also did the same thing in Benin Republic. Yes, on the African continent, and once they get into power, they think life is all about them. And it's not only Talon. We could go back to the days of Matthew Kerekou. Kerekou also did the same thing in Benin Republic. So when are we going to say down with these leaders, abba with these leaders? Just like Thomas Isodore Noah Shankara used to say back in the days, colonialism, abba, imperialism, abba. When are we going to say abba with these bad leaders on the African continent? Because if we don't say that, the coup will continue to happen. Despite the fact that we say we do not support coup, we are totally against coup. The coups will continue to happen if we don't speak tall against these leaders that are making the condition rife for these coups.
Like I rightly said, Dr. Abati, French President Emmanuel Macron over the weekend pledged to increase, French support for Nigeria in tackling terrorism and its array of security challenges. After a conversation with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Macron made this declaration in a post on X on Sunday, in which he stated that no one can remain in the sidelines of the fight in the country. And, really quickly on everything that we've discussed so that we can sum this up, and then I'll move to the other stories.
Okay, first, let me talk geopolitics. Now, Nigeria is the most prominent country in West Africa. It's a big power in West Africa.
Lies.
Now, up north, you have Egypt. Down south, you have South Africa. So, in terms of geopolitics, Africa, the primary powers relate to Africa in terms of that tripod. Now, America still has its influence with Egypt. It seems to be losing influence with Nigeria. Nigeria is moving towards France. Nigeria is moving towards France. Nigeria is moving towards China and other partners. South Africa, America does not even have a good relationship with South Africa. Now, the subtext, in my view, is that you now see America trying to see how it can regain its foothold in West Africa. In West Africa, that has a part of it has gone in the direction of Russia, another part has gone in the direction of China. Nigeria is very friendly under this president with France. So President Macron also calls, he says he's having this solidarity with Nigeria. So it's the subtext that we should look at. And that is why it's important that Nigeria is now setting up a working group led by the NSA, Ribadu, and we are talking to America, and they are talking about strategic partnership. The subtext of it is, I think America is trying to find a way to work its way back to regain its influence within this region. As for the coup in Benin, Republic of Benin, it was President Boni Yayi, former president of Republic of Benin, who used to refer to Republic of Benin as Nigeria's 37th state. And he used to refer to President Jonathan as my elder brother and President Obasanjo as his father. That's how close we are, both in terms of culture, in terms of amity and all of that. So that was why I said, you will say that President Tinubu has acted reasonably by intervening in that country. not on the invitation of France. I have not seen where it was France that asked Nigeria to go to Cameroon. France does not have such powers. What the Ononuga statement quoted is that there are two requests from
Which
Republic of
I
Benin.
read out, yes. I read that
so
out.
two requests, and it was on the basis of that they acted. Two, President Tinubu may have said, look, we could suffer collateral damage if there is a coup next door. There could be demonstration effect and all of that. So he deployed the troops. So you may say that is reasonable. But does he have the authority to deploy our troops?
Those were the questions.
Air Force. Does he have the powers under the Constitution? And I say he does not. And that was why I said earlier that Section 305, so 2 and 3, says, okay, even if he acts unilaterally within a period of 14 days, he has to seek the concurrence of the National Assembly of Nigeria. And that this money is early enough for him to quickly go to that National Assembly, call a meeting of the National Defense Council, and get the ratification of those bodies for deploying our troops.
Yes.
Because it is we, you and I, that will pay for the troops that were sent there. You know,
which is why you think...
And Nigeria is a sovereign country.
Right.
So he needs to get that concurrence if they are going to remain there. And if the Senate says no, the National Assembly says no, as they did in the example of Niger, then those troops will have to return immediately.
So even when the president of the other country requested for him to have invaded,
you have to go through the
so you
National
see the
Assembly.
reason why people on social media, investigative journalists like David Hundeyin will say that Nigeria should not have acted that way. People are now even saying, so why are we condemning the invasion that Trump had said that he was going to?
No, that's a different.
I'm just saying those are the response. That's the response.
It's not intellectually connected.
No, why not? If Trump said that if Nigeria does not keep its house in order, we will send troops on ground. That's all he said. And then the whole country went, berserk.
Now Trump will need to get the concurrence of Congress.
Which is what he has said.
He doesn't care.
He has to.
He can't strike in Venezuela. Did he get the concurrence of Congress?
No, he has not declared war yet.
Did he get the concurrence of Venezuela in the airstrikes he did in Venezuela?
He's still doing body language.
Ojy has a point. Ojy is right. Ojy is right.
Listen to the argument now, please. Listen to the argument now. Listen to the chaos and a bit of argument from the in-house journalist.
Trump said that if Nigeria does not keep its house in order, we will send troops on ground. That's all he said. And then the whole country went, berserk.
Now Trump will need to get the concurrence of Congress.
Which is why he has said...
He doesn't care.
He has to.
He can't strike in Venezuela. Did he get the concurrence of Congress?
No, he has not declared war yet.
Did he get the concurrence of Venezuela in the airstrikes he did in Venezuela?
He's still doing body language.
Ojy has a point. Ojy is right. Ojy is right.
This is the conversation.
It's the same conversation. No, she is
But
correct.
why is it not different?
It is the same conversation.
Why is it not different?
Dr. Abati.
Which is what you're saying now.
He cannot declare war.
Which is what you're saying.
The Congress is now tackling Trump on those airstrikes now. That's just it. So it's the same conversation. You are correct.
He has not declared war.
It's not a case of declaration of war. Openly bombing another person's territorial ground. It's not a declaration of war.
Is Nigeria bombing?
Do you know he has not bombed?
Okay, so
Republic of Benin?
Didn't they bomb targets in the Republic of Benin?
No, are they bombing?
Is there not bombing of targets of Republic? Ojy saw it.
No, the circumstances are different.
Still on, I really doubt that they are different, but still on security.
You are correct.
The National Security Advisor.
Let us hold it there, my sister. I'll leave it there. That's the chaos of the house. Because it's not adding up. What happened in Benin is not reflected in this video you just watched. And I am hopeful that in the next 7 days, you will start to hear the real news of what transpired in Benin. Where a country of a so-called sovereign country, as they always say in Nigeria, Trump cannot come to Nigeria, we're a sovereign country. Even though Trump said he's coming to take out those terrorists, guns are blazing. They're like buying the Christians. But your Nigerian media and government said, Trump cannot come. Don't come. We don't want you. We're a sovereign country. And now suddenly something happened. A coup took place in a sovereign country known as Benin Republic. And France went in there and dragged Nigeria through their boy, Tinubu. The boy from Guinea Republic. Guinea Republic. We saw his passport. They dragged him to shadow them. Why they did what they did, and they put the blame on him. And now, Nigeria has been dragged into what happened in Benin Republic. The chaos in Arise TV. I am confident in the next 7 days, the real news will come out of what really transpired in Benin Republic. How France carried out an airstrike and they put the blame on Nigeria. Nigeria chose just the president, not even through the Senate. A president, Tinubu, on his own, did what he did to cover up for France. I rest my case. For those that have ears, let them hear. For those that have ears, let them hear. In the next 7 days, you will get the breaking news of what really transpired, what really happened in Benin Republic. No more talk.
Yeah, check me out. Superstars Media. Lord Logan, Bloomington, Lord Logan, and it's Wild Flora Show. 1914 amalgamation is what we dying for. 3 nations to 1 nation, ever since annihilation. Nepotism is nonsense. You and you, clap your hands. Biafra gonna come, clap your hands. Biafra, Oduduwa, we're free now. Freedom is gonna come, we're free now. Yeah.